What's up folks, Nate here at Two Wheel Dyno Works, and I am on our dyno today with our 2025 Yamaha R3, and today we're doing some full exhaust testing and tuning. Our friends over at M4 were nice enough to send us one of their full systems for the new 2025 Yamaha R3, because a lot of the slip-on system fitment from the prior generations don't quite fit with the stock header and mid-pipe and the new catalytic converter assembly for the 2025 models. But the full systems fit perfectly. We've got the full M4 system on there now, with the baffle installed, we'll get to that in just a second, and it looks and sounds and performs massively better than stock. Now I've already covered in depth how the bike performs bone stock, with the stock intake and exhaust still in place, but with our tuning in the ECU, the slip-on installed, and the slip-on with our custom ECU mapping in place as well. The long and the short of those two videos are that even if you do a slip-on, these new 2025 R3s are so lean from the factory that proper tuning the ECU is a must if you don't want the thing to run stupidly hot and actually go backwards in terms of performance from where you were with a bone stock bike. But with a full exhaust system installed, the airflow is even further improved and performance climbs dramatically. The blue line here is how the bike performed on our dyno bone stock, with that super early rev limiter in place, the super lean fueling, the screwed up ignition timing, all of it bone stock. The green line is how the bike performs with a slip-on installed and our custom ECU mapping to match. Obviously you're not gaining a whole bunch of power here, but we obviously do get a little bit more everywhere, and the rev limiter now goes out to nearly 13,000 RPM, where it should be on these bikes. Where things get interesting is the red line. That's how the bike is sitting right now on our dyno with the full M4 exhaust system installed and our custom tuning to match the significantly improved airflow characteristics of that exhaust system. Power comes up to a total of 39.5 horsepower and just under 21 pound-feet of torque. Now, if you're looking at just peak-to-peak values here, you're going to probably go, oh, that's only 3.5 horsepower difference from stock to full exhaust and tuned? That's not much. Well, sure, if you're just thinking about 3 horsepower. You can obviously see that it's a completely different curve pretty much everywhere throughout the entire RPM range. 3 horsepower on a bike that only makes 36 horsepower is nearly a 10% improvement. And you're getting that 10% improvement both in horsepower and torque throughout the entirety of the rev range with a proper full exhaust system on your new R3 and our custom ECU mapping in place. Now, while we're talking about full exhaust systems on these bikes, it's really important to note that, as I said previously, we have the baffle in that M4 exhaust system. On any full system on these little bikes, so the older R3s, the Ninja 400s, the Ninja 300s, the Ninja 500s even, the full exhaust systems are too large of a diameter with no baffle in place when you're installing a full system. You need the baffle in there, otherwise you're losing a lot of the energy from exhaust pulse expansion instead of velocity out the pipe. So what happens, the gas wastes more of its energy expanding in the pipe than it does exiting, which in turn reduces the efficiency of the engine and reduces horsepower. You're obviously still going to gain something with a full exhaust with no baffle installed over just the stock bike, but to maximize performance, you absolutely want to have the baffle in any full system that you're installing on your new 25 R3. You are also saving a ton of weight without the stock boat anchor of a catalytic converter still in place, and the bike runs massively cooler. The catalytic converter that normally sits right here is a giant heat sink, and with appropriate fueling in place for an aftermarket full system, the bike simply runs much smoother and much stronger and much cooler than it ever did before. Now that pretty much covers it for the exhaust side of the equation on these bikes, but we haven't yet touched the intake side. This is still a bone stock intake here in our 25 R3. So in the next series of videos that we're going to go ahead and tackle, we'll be looking at replacement air filters, common airbox modifications, and even aftermarket velocity stacks that are available for these bikes, because they do make a significant improvement over the stock intake that's on both the 25 R3s and the prior generations as well. We should have those videos actually up here on our YouTube channel, and we'll share it on our Facebook page in just the next week or two. But in the meantime, if you're looking to get your new 25 R3 properly tuned and dialed in for your specific intake and exhaust setup, look no further than our ECU flashing service at twowheeldynoworks.com. Our mail-in ECU flashing service is on our site for $299.99, and if you have any questions whatsoever about specific intake modifications, specific exhaust systems, different combos, tuning, whatever it is on your new 25 R3, do not hesitate to email us at support@twowheeldynoworks.com. I personally answer any and all tech support questions every single day that we are open here at the shop, and we are truly always happy to help.